If you're short on screen space, but still need to show a lot of content, a scroll view solves that problem. It clips the visible area and lets users scroll through the rest. Let's see how it works. On the left in this demo, we have a fixed height container with too many child elements. There's no overflow handling, so the content spills outside of its bounds. On the right, it's the exact same content, but wrapped in a scroll view. Now everything stays inside of a defined region and becomes scrollable. Nothing else has changed between the two UIs, same elements, same styles, just a different container. A scroll view clips anything outside its visible area. When the content gets too large, it adds scroll bars automatically. Think of it as a layout overflow container. Be aware though, scroll views don't virtualize content. Every item gets its own visual element. So if you're displaying a large dataset, you'll want to use a ListView instead. ScrollView works best for manually built UIs like inventories, menus, or level select screens, things that manage a limited number of items. Here's what's happening under the hood in UXML. Your elements aren't added to the scroll view directly, they go into its content container. Internally, a scroll view has a viewport, a content container, and one or two scrollers. That content container is what actually moves. UI Builder handles this automatically, but understanding this structure makes debugging much easier. Scrolling appears after layout is finalized, and two things have to be true. First, your content must be larger than the visible area or viewport. Second, the scroll view or one of its parents must have a bounded size. If the layout expands to fit everything, there's nothing to scroll. No overflow means no scrolling. This is a common gotcha. If scroll bars don't show up, check your layout. This is an example of a scroll view that isn't bounded. If we add elements to the content container, we'll just duplicate these. Instead of overflowing, the scroll view expands to fit its content. Since nothing exceeds the viewport, scrolling never activates. Here's another case. The items inside the scroll view are set to flex grow. We could add some more items to the content container to see what happens. Instead of exceeding the container size, they stretch to fill it. That means no overflow and no scroll bars. If something feels off about your scroll view, inspect the resolve sizes. If the container grows with the content, or the content never gets bigger than the viewport, you won't get scroll bars. You can also choose how the scroll view scrolls. In the inspector, you can set the scroll direction to vertical, horizontal, or both. Most layouts scroll vertically, but horizontal scrolling works well for a gallery or carousel style UI. Just make sure that the content size exceeds the viewport in that direction. ScrollView includes built-in USS classes for its internal parts. Even if they're grayed out in the hierarchy, you can still style them. You can find the full list of USS class selectors in the documentation, and you can also see them right inside of UI Builder. For example, if you expand the elements in the hierarchy, you'll notice how the scroll bars are structured. They're made up of multiple elements, including a track and draggable handle. You can target these parts in USS to customize their appearance. Just create class selectors in your style sheet. But be careful, if you style them directly, you affect every scroll view in the document. To limit your changes, add a custom class to the scroll view first. Here we create a selector for a specific scroll view, and then we use descendant selectors. Use the custom class followed by the internal USS class, and that scopes to styling to within one scroll view. And there you have it. Scroll views help you manage layout overflow. Just remember, your content must exceed the viewport and the container must be bounded. If you're working with large datasets, consider using a ListView instead. And check out that video next. If you want to learn more about UI Toolkit and Scrollviews, follow the links in the description, and you can also find out more details in the official documentation. Thanks for watching.